you're here, that means that you are interested in following or even joining me in my journey of self-improvement. So thank you all for being here, and welcome if you are new. So like any new things, we need to go ahead and set up some goals and paths to achieve these goals before we can get started on our journey. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 3-part series on setting up realistic goals and how we could go about achieving them. This first part is going to be about the physical side, the goals that I have for my body and how I plan on physically achieving them. The second part will be about the most exciting dietary changes that I plan on making to go ahead and help me with those physical changes. And then the last part of this series is going to be about my path to getting into the mindset of relaxation, enjoying my hobbies again. If you are interested in coming up with your own goals and paths, you are more than welcome to take any tips or tricks that I go ahead and tell you and apply them to your own journey. Or if you have any tips or tricks for me, then feel free to go ahead and leave a comment down below. And please don't forget to subscribe so we can go ahead and continue this journey together. So this is going to be where all the magic happens. I put a lot of work into repurposing a portion of my garage into an at-home gym. Now, by no means am I telling you that you have to do this. You absolutely do not. You are more than welcome to go to the public gym or use any at-home barbells or equipment you may have. I just have raging gym anxiety, so I knew that for the foreseeable future, I would be more comfortable at home doing my own thing. Now, for some context, I tried to originally start my weight loss journey in April. I got all motivated, did my weigh-ins and measurements, and started my diet, but I was completely helpless when it came to working out. I pretty much didn't do it. I disliked it very much when I did do it, and after a few weeks I grew tired of the diet and I basically quit. I tried again in July, and when I did my initial weigh-in, I found out that since my weigh-in in April, I gained about 35 pounds. So that was a bit of a kick in the butt. I got all motivated to do it again. I started my diet, and I was pretty consistent with that for about a month, where I did lose the 35 plus pounds that I gained that month. However, I was still slacking when it came to working out, and my motivation for the diet was starting to tank. I pretty much stopped my entire plan all of last month. So this is kind of the reason I wanted to post about my journey. I wanted a way to keep motivated for myself and others, and putting it on a platform that would basically make me do it. It is important to say that everyone's weight loss journey is going to be different depending on their fitness level. I am a beginner, so that's where I'm going to be working from. If you are at a more advanced portion of your journey, then that is wonderful, and I urge you to continue your journey until you hit that milestone you're working towards. The first part that I believe is important on anybody's journey is to come up with a realistic end goal. Now, I say realistic because it is easy to become all starry-eyed and try for the gold star goal. However, it can become discouraging if that goal is not as attainable as you originally thought, and it can cause you to give up, hence my previous tries. My end goal will be based on some research I did in regards to what a healthy weight would be for a 5'4" woman of my age. I will post a link to the website I'm using in the description. So, based off of my BMI score, or body mass index, this is a basic measurement of the percent of body fat on your body based off of your height and weight. My healthy weight would be between 110 and 140 pounds. It is important to let you know that the BMI scores that are generated on this calculator do not take into account muscle mass or bone density. So if you want a more accurate measurement, I recommend going to a doctor. My dream body is not just to slim down, but I do also want to build up some more muscle so I can have that for work. So I'm going to go ahead and set my end goal for about 150. So that would be 150 pounds. to account for all the muscle gain that I plan on working toward. Now that I got my end goal and a picture in my head on how I want my body to look at the end of my goals, it is important to start with smaller goals that will be used like stepping stones to get to the end goal. I made what I call my goal board that helps me with this. I have all my weights and measurements on it, as well as my short-term goals all written out that will help me stay motivated and on track. I organize my short goals into 3 parts: weight, exercise, and diet. I want to lose 3 pounds in a month and then continue to increase that amount every month while losing some inches around my waist and stomach, because those are my more targeted areas. And I want to work on decreasing my BMI score. For exercises, I plan on working out my cardio and strength. I did get a weight bench that will help me increase the strength of my arms, legs, and core. And since I am a beginner, I am starting at low weights at 2.5 pounds and 5 pounds. And as my strength increases, so will the weights that I use. I plan on doing strength training 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with 3 reps of 10 to 12 each. For cardio, I plan on using the 5K app that I downloaded a long time ago. I don't think I will be able to follow it exactly because it is a pretty fast-paced app. It's meant to get people in shape for a 5K in about 3 months. I downloaded it in college when I was motivated by extra credit to try a 5K race. Let's just say I finished the 5K, but not in the allotted time frame. But I did get a portion of the extra credit, so yay me. I plan on doing a 5 to 10 minute warm-up while slowly following the program to increase my cardio. I plan on doing cardio 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week if I'm not too sore from my strength training. And I do plan on stretching every time before and after a workout. Now on to the part that you were most likely waiting for, the weigh-in for today. I did still lose a little bit of weight by staying consistent with eating out less and having less soda, which is good because soda is my kryptonite. So we now have a starting point, and my workouts are going to be starting this Monday, and I will do another weigh-in next Sunday, see if there was any improvement throughout the week. The next part of this series is going to be going over my dietary plans and how those will factor into my fitness and weight loss journey. Stay tuned for that, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more on my